When you're taking that much guilt, shame, and fear, and you kind of tend to hide in your little bubble, but then when you poke that bubble and let it out and see, oh wait, we're all going through this together.
Yeah. And so you stop hiding in the shadow or standing alone in the dark, and instead you start holding everybody else's hand. It was like a form of healing and therapy, and also helping everybody else go through those similar kinds of experiences in a way that they feel less lonely.
Yeah.
Right? Which is beautiful.
I know, it's been such a wonderful ride, seeing that all those little decisions would come to that, and even for just a question as short as paano kung, what if, and finding all the possibilities there as well.
Yeah, and if you hadn't gone through all of that, maybe this podcast would have never come to be.
Oh my gosh, no.
And all those people that you are helping and connecting to may not have you, right? And what you shared to help them in their own journey. So, it's kind of like everything has a purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, tell me about this emotionally intense era of your life. What have been your biggest lessons that you can kind of draw out today about love, self-worth, and choosing yourself, even when it can be pretty uncomfortable, right?
Oh my gosh, it's so interesting that you asked that question, because that emotionally turbulent era was about like 5 to 7 years ago. Knowing that everything is a cycle, in a way, having had gone through the processes of finding the things that I needed, having the tools to help me deal with that, then I always kind of anticipated, I don't know if it's a little bit of fear, it probably is. Yeah, no, it's definitely some type of fear coming in that, oh my goodness, how am I going to handle this if it happens again, when it happens again, or when there's a different challenge that would force me to do another level up and expand in some way. So as far as healing, I think I'm in that. I think I'm starting a new cycle again.
Okay.
And
so it's the next layer, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people tell me, like, Sanaya, does this end? Do we like keep working on ourselves? What happens? And I'm like, it really is an onion peel, right? You peel off the first layer and things get really good. You notice like the shift, you notice you're happier, your relationships are better, opportunities are coming in, and then you hit another wall and you're like, oh shoot, now I'm back down again. And then you need to know, what do I work on next? Like, what is that next layer I gotta peel? And so it's never like you get to the end of it, but at some point it shifts. I've noticed it shifts from getting rid of problems and baggage to who do I want to be next? Who do I want to be? So it's more like forward thinking, it's like it stops being about the challenges and it starts being about what's the next level of me.
right.
So there is a shift. So where are you? If like when I bring that into the conversation, where do you feel you are with that?
Yeah, I definitely feel it's like, okay, what's next? Who am I turning into in this next cycle of my life?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of uncertainty there that
Of
I'm still
course.
processing. There is a lot of fear and a lot of paano kongs and what ifs, definitely, especially feeling that I've closed that cycle of helping people and answering all their paano kong questions based on what I went through, because a
Yeah.
lot of my stories, I would say, it's always based on some insights that I've had to face and all the research and everything and asking help from other people. And that's what it feels like now, coming into, okay, who's next? What is the next era that we're coming in? I have my little toolbox and I'm opening up and seeing, okay, what new tools do I need for this? What are the next challenges that I know I'm gonna have to face again? Because if I want some type of growth, if I want something new, that's what I see coming in.
Yeah.
And it's so scary. I feel like I'm in line. If we're just into the whole roller coaster conversation, I feel like I'm riding the bigger girl ride and just anticipating the next ride.
and your stomach is starting to tighten. You're like, oh my God, I'm a little nervous, and they're butterflies.
Yeah.
But I heard something very interesting. The difference between fear and excitement is how you breathe.
Oh.
So it's the same thing. When you're excited about something, there's a little bit of like, there's like the
Feels
tickle.
similar, very
yeah,
similar,
it's actually the
actually.
similar thing. But when you're coming from a place of fear, you stop breathing because it's panic and you're afraid. So you're like, you cut off the breath. But in excitement, if you allow yourself to breathe, it'll turn into excitement. And I remember, I think I read that somewhere, and it has really stuck with me, Joelle, because I've learned that in the moments of greatest fear are also in the same moments of the greatest growth. And I need to find excitement in that. Because I love to learn, I love to change, I love to like expand myself, as I know you do,
Yeah.
because you've been doing that, consistently for quite a big part of your journey now. So I love that part. I know you love that part. It's just now like teaching our mind that what we are afraid of, what feels challenging or bigger than us, is actually the opportunity. It's the next big step. It's the leap. You know what I mean? And the bigger it is, I think the more nervous and more fearful we get. And so just breathing, like take a breath, one step at a time. That's really worked for me.
I love that you mentioned that it's the biggest difference between fear and excitement is
Yeah.
the breathing part, because I've heard that before, that excitement and fear kind of feel like they're the same thing.
Yeah.
And then instead of just shifting it and saying, okay, I'm excited, maybe you could also help your body in believing that as well, and feeling
Yeah.
safe
Yeah.
in the fact that, hey, it actually can be something that's exciting, with more things that you couldn't even imagine would happen.
Yeah. I've been in moments, Joelle, where I'm doing something, right?
Mm.
And I'm like, why did I put myself in this position? I don't need to. I was fine without it,
Right.
And it's obviously an amazing opportunity, but I'm just like, oh my God, just getting to that is like really heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching, because I have to grow out of my comfort zone. I have to do something differently, and change is hard. It's not always easy, As much as you love change and as much as you love to learn, real change happens when it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not the most pleasant experience
Not the
because it's
most-
new. It's
Yeah.
like, where do we put ourselves in here?
And you're like stretching, that's the
Yeah.
word that I feel like just describes it best for me, is like I feel like I'm stretching, and it's like it's tight and it's like uncomfortable, and I have to stretch out like a butterfly out of like, a cocoon.
Yeah.
And we just have to kind of remember what's on the other side of that. So what would you say to someone, who's very afraid to listen to that voice, that inner instinct, the ground shaking and everything. Yeah. Everything telling them that they need to do something, but they're so afraid they're trying to run away from it. So what would you tell that person?
What I was thinking about what's on the other side of what if, we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen on the other side. It could be the best, it could be the worst, but the whole point is we don't know what's gonna happen. So if we're spending all our energy worrying about something we don't know,
Right.
like why not just focus on the best thing that could happen, because we don't even know what's gonna happen either way.
Yeah.
So it's at least believing that something will come out of it, that it will be for what is best for us, where there will be so much amazing things, because you don't know what's gonna happen, so might as well just believe in something that will make you feel safer.
Right. I mean, it's like, it's random, right?
Right.
Either I can believe that it's going to all turn to like shit.
Yeah.
Or I can be like, everything's going to work out. It's our
Exactly.
choice. And either way, we have no idea. So let's pick the one that works for us.